This is a story about my porch, built in 1905. The floor and the wood has never been replaced. It's time to fix it. Began to paint, put in some ceiling fans, a little electric work, pulling off old boards and scraping the paint on these sidings was not a good idea. And I started to pull up some of the floorboards. And that is when the nightmare began. Whoa, that was scary, but not too scary for us to fix. Once you reveal all the rot by removing the floorboard, how are you going to remove the rot? You're going to have to somehow support this roof, the ceiling of the porch. What I did is I got 10-foot 4x4s and I got a 4-ton jack. Using the remaining piece of wood that was under that column, and I slipped that jack underneath and I started to pump it up until eventually I get that pole high enough to slip in the floorboard between the column and the floor. It's time to remove the wood rot using your sonicator tool from Rockwell. Put the saw blade on and carve out that wood rot just like a dentist carves out the tooth decay in a tooth. Once that is completely removed, you spray it with the Stop Rot spray, let that dry, and then you apply the Stop Rot epoxy paint and let that dry overnight. The next day you go outside and you form a filling for the cavity you just created using pressure-treated lumber. You use the Stop Rot putty in the areas that are not quite square in the cavity you created. Using Gorilla Glue and screws and that putty, you make a tight inside that cavity you created and let that dry overnight. The next day, shape that so it looks like it's seamless with the wood you have. You turn the pole upside down so the repair is at the top and the good wood that was at the top is now at the bottom on the ground. Once you've repaired your columns, then it comes to replacing all the wood that is the circumference of your porch. If it's rotted, you would do that. So you have to raise 2 columns at a time in order to extract the old rotted wood and put in the new planks of pressure-treated lumber. You put 2 of them together, you secure them with screws, and you slip it under where the posts will be. Once you've replaced all those 2x10s or 2x8s, all your columns have a solid support. So after that, remove all the floorboards, and that reveals the structure underneath the porch. Repair any wood rot, strengthen every place there it's joined. You'll do that with a spike, and you'll do that with angle irons at each corner. And then you can put extra support where these pieces of wood are joined. Use a piece of cinder block, tar paper, and a piece of wood at the right thickness, and you just bang that into place. And then after you do that, insecticide. And I sprayed it on all the wood underneath the porch, twice. Now these pieces of wood are really protected against any insects that might attack it once you put the floorboard on.